Happy Wednesday. So hopefully people are finding me. So thank you. I had a nice week off last week and I got my house put back together. So I'm back in my sewing room. So they finished my house a week ago Friday and I got everything put back so I can work in my sewing room again. It's so nice. Hi, everybody. Whoops, second here. I just clicked something off. There we go. So I have been working on trying to get everybody or some of the stuff done for the class in December, because all of a sudden I realized, oh, I haven't finished the December class, so probably better do that, you know. So I got that done today, and I've been working on some of the, Kimberbell had those little, what do they call it? Collectible Christmas. It's the little houses, the little like Christmas village. So I worked on those today, trying to get those done. So, hello. How is everybody tonight? So everybody that was winners and ordered like bow makers and stuff, did everybody get their stuff? Hopefully they did. I haven't heard from anybody, so I assume everybody got everything. Cool. We got a few people coming in. Hello. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of you coming up that only as Facebook user. So remember, if you want me to see your name through StreamYard, you have to go to the Facebook post and there's a little blurb right underneath the title that will allow me to see your name. So if you want to do it, you don't have to do it again, but I've got some new people and I'm seeing a bunch of people coming in. I can't see your names. So let me show you here. I've got my tablet here. Maybe I can show you on here where you go. So like you have to go into the post. So here's the post right here. I can't know if you can be able to see it or not. I've got a lot of glare here. But there's the post, and right below the post is the little thing that says streamyard.com/Facebook. So that if you just click on that and just tell it, yeah, it's okay that I see your name, then I'll see your name. Okay. And I'm seeing more names now, so people have done it. But remember, you don't have to do it now. You could do it after class too. But if you just back out of the post for a minute and then click that button, then it'll let me see your name through StreamYard, because then it's easier for me because the screen's bigger over here. But I can also see your name here. Okay. So I'm going to put this back over here. I always like to explain that every week so that got your reindeer. Good. Got your bow maker. Okay. Awesome. I got some more bow makers. So I think Bernadette, you might have gotten the last bow maker. And so my friend made some more. So there's more bow makers up on my website now. So you should be able to order if some of you want. We're going to use a bow maker for this cutie, Kimberbell Cutie too. So if you want a bow maker and haven't gotten one yet, you'll get to see us play with it. Well, I'll play with it again next week when I put the little table topper together. So, okay. So, nope, second here. I got to get this up here so I can see your names. There we go. Okay. It's working again. Sometimes I have trouble with comments on my tablet. So just a minute. It's being funny. Okay, I think it's working now. Sometimes it's funny, so okay. So I also wanted to tell you that that there are next week we'll be doing the second part of the cutie. So this is the one we're doing this week and next week. Okay. So we're going to do the one with the wreath on it. So this is the December one. It turned out really cute. And this is an easy one. So I just going to sew the whole thing tonight because we don't have to have any, I didn't do any pre-sewing because this one's a real fun, easy one. So it goes very quickly. Okay. So we're going to do that tonight. And then next week we'll finish it. And then the following week is, I have to look, I think that's the week of Thanksgiving, isn't it? So next week is the 15th. Yeah, the 22nd we will have off because that's the day before Thanksgiving, because I figured a lot of you will probably be busy cooking and getting ready for your big Thanksgivings the next day. So we won't have class on the 22nd, but we will have class on the 29th, which would be the following Wednesday. And we're going to do some fun stuff with some software that night. And I've been wanting to do these for a long time, and I figured out how to make them a long time ago. But I thought we're going to do a little class. So this is the little trees, and they're little lace trees, and they're made out of. Now I did these in the dime King Star, the King Star metallic thread, and you can actually put that in the bobbin as well. So this is freestanding lace, and this is all done in metallic thread. So I did a pink one with the kind of turquoise ornaments. And I did a silver one with some kind of blue snowflakes on it. And we're going to learn, and this will be the 22nd, or no, 29th, I'm sorry. And we're going to learn how to make the little stars on the top. And then this one I did in the green with some pink poinsettias on it. Okay. So this is going to be the class for the last Wednesday in November. Okay. And then in December, I've been working on December now too. So the last cutie is in December, and it's actually the January cutie. So we're going to be doing the little snowman, and the snowman in the actual pattern is like down in I don't know if I've got a picture of it here. It's actually down in the corner of the cutie right here. So like down in the corner here. So I couldn't do him the same way because I wanted to be able to quilt, before I did the embroidery. So I went ahead and just made a new little snowman. So here's our little snowman, and everybody will get this. So here's our little snowman. So I just made a new one that would fit up in the corner and up out of the corner so that we can make him. So here's our little guy. And that's what he'll look like, all embroidered out. So I've got him ready, and I sewed him out today, so I know he sews okay. But he'll be more like the rest of the designs we've done in the cuties. He'll sit up in the corner away from the seam allowance. Okay. So this will be available to everybody. I'll put it up on Dropbox, and you'll be able to get this. Okay. So there's the little guy. I got him done today too. I just have his little button kind of pinned on so that it would stay on so you could see him. So, okay, so that's what I've been working on. So I got that done. Got the trees done. So I've been working on some of the last classes for the year. And then we'll start out the new year in the middle of January. So I usually for those of you who are new, I usually take a break between about the middle of December and the middle of January for the holidays, just to have a little time off. So then we'll start up in the middle of January, and I'm going to be doing some stuff. I'm going to digitize some stuff, and we're going to do some of my things. I've been wanting to do some digitizing. I miss it. So we're going to do some different things for next year. So it's going to be sort of different. I'm going to do kind of a Mod Podge. So we're going to do a little bit of everything. Okay. We'll still do some software, and we'll do some scan and cut, but then some of the embroidery stuff will be stuff I do. Yep. Oh, you've been doing, Bernadette says she's been making Christmas ornaments. Cool. So anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. I'm going to be doing a couple of videos that are going to be pre-recorded too. I hope to do with what's it called? The Give Thanks pillow, the new one that Kimberbell did with the square one. What's it called? In All Things Give Thanks. Does that sound right? In All Things Give Thanks. And then I'm also going to try to get the nativity bench pillow worked in. So those are the two other things I really want to do. I wasn't expecting having 5 weeks without my sewing room in the middle of the fall. So it was a little bit inconvenient. So, all right. So tonight we're going to work on the cutie. Tonight is the Kimberbell Cutie. This is the December one. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera over, and we will get started on our new project. Let me get the banner turned off here. Okay. And then we'll switch the camera over, hopefully. See if I remember where the buttons are tonight. And my microphone. Okay. All right. So you should see my sewing machine, hopefully, here pretty soon. Let's see. Things are not, just a minute here. I'm having trouble getting the chat to move. There we go. It's going. So remember, I forgot to show you what we're going to do. Let me put this camera back up for a minute. I forgot to show you the gift for tonight. It's a nice one too. So we're getting close to Veterans Day. So I wanted to do a patriotic giveaway. So the giveaway tonight, and this is one of my designs too. This is called Let Freedom Ring. And we did this I taught this in class a while ago. Make sure you can see it. I taught this in class. It's been a while ago that we did this, but this is one of my samples. I've made this quite a few times. And anyway, so this will be the gift tonight. So remember, to be entered to win the gift, you have to make comments. So make sure you comment. And the more you comment, the more you get entered to win. Okay, so this will be the gift this week, is one of my Let Freedom Ring. And you can buy the design. So if you didn't get to make this, all the videos are up on my YouTube channel. And you can still buy the designs for this. And you can make it with my videos. So it's really fun and easy to do. So, okay. So remember, make your comments and you'll be entered to win. Because I've made that quite a few times. I had 2 or 3 of them. So I didn't figure I needed that many. Yeah, I liked it too. I've been kind of hanging on to it. I don't know why. I thought, well, that'd be fun. Okay. So let me go ahead and put the camera back down now. Make sure I got the right microphone too. Okay. All right. So now we're ready for you turn here so I can see the comments. I'm still having trouble getting comments to come through. Okay. All right, so I think I can see them now. Sometimes the comments don't come through very well on my tablet, so I have to kind of go back and forth to get them to come in. So hopefully they'll keep coming. So make sure if you keep making comments, then it'll bump them up and they'll come through. So all right. So we are going to make our December Cutie. And this is the one that's going to have the little wreaths on it. But the first thing we need to do tonight is do a little piecing. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the fabrics that I chose. And you don't need a lot of fabrics for any of these. And then this one just has a 9 patch in the middle. So it makes it really nice and easy to do the, oh, yeah, there's a bunch of, I'll tell you, my chat is not coming through on my tablet very well tonight for some reason. I don't know why. So keep saying things, then they'll come through. Okay. So let's see what we have to have for fabric. We need to have 2 fabrics that we're going to cut into squares that are 4x4 for the center. And I chose 2 fabrics, 2 Christmas fabrics here. So I have one with the holly. So I've got my 5 4x4s of that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So this is the holly, and then I have 4 in the red with the snowflakes for the center 9 patch. Okay. So there's my 9 pieces. That'll be the 9 patch. Now they told me to put the red as the little 2.5-inch squares that are going to be my cornerstones, but I chose the whiter one with the holly instead. So those are 2.5-inch squares that are going to be my cornerstones in the borders. So here's what I'm talking about right here. So these are these pieces right here. Okay. All right. And then let's see, we need, you need your 14-inch square, just like we have for most of them. Yes, Becky. Somebody asked if I have a website. Yes, I do. My website is, I will link it under the video here, but my website, it's easy to remember actually if you kind of say it like this. It's sew dash along dash with dash Jan, which is the name of this group, right? Dot square dot site, but I'll link it for you. And that's where I have my designs and stuff. Okay. And then the bow makers up there too. Okay. So white snowflakes. So I used white snowflakes. I made my 14-inch square, and then I cut it in half diagonally both ways to make the 4 triangles. Okay. Oh yeah, isn't it cute? Yeah, this was one of the Kimberbell ones that I bought. It's one of the Christmas ones. I think it's one of the ones that they did in Candy Cane Lane, the bench pillow. So it has little candy canes and stuff on it. I just thought it was cute and has little peppermints in it. So yeah, it's real cute. And I can't remember which one exactly it was. I don't think I wrote it down, but they have so many cute Christmas ones. Just pick a cute Christmas one. Okay, so I've got my white fabric. I cut my 14-inch square in half diagonally both ways. But remember, this is the one, before you cut it, put your shape flex on the back of that, because that's where we're going to, that's the one that we're going to be embroidering through. So we want shape flex on the back of that 14-inch square and then cut it in half twice diagonally. Okay, so I've got that on the back here. And this is snowflakes. I don't know if you can see it very well here. It's kind of tone on tone snowflakes. Can you see it? So that's what I'm going to use for the corners. Okay, so we got that. And then, oh, my strips or my borders are going to be black. So I have the narrow borders are black, and there's just a teeny little bit of a print to it. It's very small, little circles kind of. I think I might have used this on, might have been on the August one with the little beehives on it. So I had a little bit of that left. So that's cute. So that's going to be my borders. Okay. And then you need the bigger borders for the outside. And I made those out of my poinsettia fabric. And I got this last Christmas at Walmart in Anamosa. So everybody always laughs at me, but I just thought that was such pretty fabric. So that's going to be my larger borders for the outsides. Okay. And then I'm going to make my binding also out of the black. So I've got the black binding here, and that's 2 1/4 inch binding. And then you need a backing, and my backing, oops, second here. I made my machine mad. The backing is these little peppermints, these little peppermint candies. I thought that was pretty. And I think this backing was the poinsettias. I had enough fabric to do one backing out of the poinsettias, but I didn't have enough to do 2. So this one's going to have peppermints on it. Okay, so I got the peppermints. And let's see. Oh, and then we need some fabric for our wreaths. And I wanted kind of a dark green because the green's pretty dark in here. And this was kind of pretty. It had some gold in it too. And I think this was some of the fabric from my May Your Days May Vary and Bright quilt that I taught about a year ago. So this is part of May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. So, and that's up on my website too. And that's that little red work Christmas quilt that we did. So it's really pretty. So there's the fabric for the wreaths. Okay. So we got that. I need some, you're going to need some pretty wide ribbon. This is, I think, 5/8. Let's see. No, it's 7/8. So it's like 1 inch ribbon. Okay. I got red ribbon. And what works really well for this, because I wanted to make the bows a little fluffier. They're pretty good sized bows, so I wanted to make them kind of fluffy. This is organza ribbon, and so that works really well for the bows. So I'll show you how to make these little fluffy bows, because you can see there's like 3 little layers here on each side. Okay, so we'll learn how to make those next week. Okay, and then I've got some little kind of large rhinestones that I put on there for some berries. So I've got that. Okay, so I got those. I think I got those up at Walmart too, those little rhinestones, because they had like a sheet that had a whole bunch of different colors, and I'm always using rhinestones on things. So I just got a package. Okay, all right. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get started sewing. So we're going to do the first thing. I think we have to do the inside first. Yes, so we're going to do the 9 patch first. And so I'm going to lay this out. Let me lay my table topper out here so I can remember how I did it. Okay, and I'm going to use cotton fabric. I've got some yeah, my Walmart has that. The Walmart in Anamosa does have quite a lot of fabric and stuff. I've always loved shopping there, and they've always had lots of fabric. But I think it's because it's in a rural area, and there's not really any other Walmarts that close to it. So I think that's why they've always had lots of fabric there. Okay, so I am going to use some cotton, some Pima cotton thread in my needle and my bobbin. Now, this is my favorite thread, and I was very excited. So I can get my favorite thread again. The only thread I buy away from Shield Sewing Center is this Pima cotton thread, and I buy it at Hobby Lobby, and that's the only kind of thread I ever buy there. But this is really nice thread, and they discontinued it all about a year ago, and they started carrying about 8 colors again, and it's the colors I use, like white, black, gray, tan. So I just so you know, you can get this Pima cotton again at and it's the Sewology Pima cotton, but they brought the price down too. And yeah, so I just got this about a week ago, and I had not noticed that they had it, but it is the same thread. It's in the same gold spools. So I was really excited because I was out of some of my basic colors like white and gray and that kind of stuff. So anyway, I just want to let you know that's what that is. That's that 100% Pima cotton thread. All right. So let's go ahead and get this set up. Let's see. I'm going to do, this one's going to be in the middle. So there's 5 of these. So we're going to just set up our 9 patch here. You know, you just kind of alternate these, right? Get this one on here, and then we're going to put this one in the middle. So we're going to have 3 rows of 3, and we're going to put the red ones out here. Like this, okay? And then this one's going to be down here. Oops, I think I've got 2 of these. Yep, okay. So we're going to have 2 rows that are going to have 2 with the red in the middle, and 1 that's going to have the reds on the outside, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get these done in rows here. So let's start with the row with the 2 white ones and the red one here. Now I like to use a piecing stitch instead of a piecing foot on my machine. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go to my Q tab on my, this is a Luminaire, just so you know that what I'm sewing on here. And I am going to use Q02, which is going to be my 1/4 inch piecing stitch. And I've saved the length a little bit longer. The default length is 2, but I make a lot of mistakes, so I have to rip a lot. So this is at 2.5, which is a little easier for me to rip. Okay. All right, so we're going to do our white one and then the red one. So we're just going to sew these together to make the center. This will be a fun, easy one. I was kind of glad. This is the last one I made, and I was really glad that it wasn't a hard one, because some of those pieces on the inside were a little hard to do. So it was nice to be able to. Oops, I can hear everything, so nothing's working yet. Do I have everything plugged in? Okay. There we go. It's happier now. Oh, it doesn't look like, there we go. I use my pivot feature, so I'll show you where the pivot feature is too. So with this foot and the piecing stitch, you run the fabric right along the edge of your standard J foot. And almost all the Brother machines have this stitch on them. So I don't use a piecing stitch or piecing foot very often, because this is, I like this foot, it's bigger, it's longer. So we're just going to piece those together. I know. Isn't it amazing that we're almost done? Somebody said she couldn't believe that there's almost all of them are done. And I made the January one a long time ago. And I mean, that was the first one I did, and I made it a long, long time ago. It's probably been 2 years ago I made that, almost a year and a half, over a year and a half, I know. And so I'm doing the second row. So I started with my red one, put the white one in the middle. Okay, here's the red. So we'll do this one, and then we'll put all of our rows together. But I was happy this one had an easy center, because those centers that, you know, have the like the disappearing 9 patches, you know, those are actually kind of tricky. You know, they take a little time. You got to cut them and sew them all together and cut them and everything. So, all right, so there's the first 2 rows of our 9 patch, and then we'll do the top row here. So these two, whoops, I got to do it this way. I need the white one first, then the red one. So I thought this one we can do all together. Now the January one is a little harder. It's actually I'd never made a snowball. They're snowballs, snowball blocks. So I'd never made those before. And so that's what the January one is. It's going to have snowball blocks in it. And we'll do that one in December. I just haven't got that one up on, I haven't got the events posted, so I'll do that this week. Since I got the little design done, now I can post the events. I've got the table topper then, but I know how to do it. All right, so there's our 3rd row. All right, so if you give me a second, I'm going to go press these. So remember when I do my pressing, yeah, I don't really like the disappearing 9 patch too well. They do turn out really cool, but they did take some time. So remember when I press these, I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to do it, but this is the way I've always done it. So I always press the odd rows with the seam allowances going to the left and the even to the right. So I've got 1 and 3 I'll do to the left, and 2 I'll do to the right. So give me a second, I'll run and do that here. I even remembered to turn on my iron. Make sure I get them turned the right way. There we go. Let's go this way. Okay. It's nice to be back in my sewing room, because then I don't have to run so far to go to the iron. I was going a long ways for the iron. Okay, so here's the 1st row and the 2nd row here. Second, I've got kind of a tail I will cut out of the way here. All right, so we're going to do this one and this one together, the first 2 rows together on my pins. We're going to match up our little lines here, our little seam allowances, so that they're beautiful and all tucked in. I'm going to put a couple pins in here though, because otherwise they always scoot on me. So there we go. All right, so we'll do these 2 rows together. Yes, I am very happy to have my sewing room back. That was a kind of tough on me, because, you know, for 5 weeks, I couldn't sew in here. I could work on the scan and cut in here because it was across the room from where the water heater is. But it was really hard because it is so dark in my living room. And it's so bright out here. I have so many lights and stuff out here that I'd put up, you know, to make it brighter and so you can see better and stuff. So I didn't sew much in the living room because it was just too dark. I wanted to make some videos, but it was just too dark in there. All right, so there's the first 2 rows. Let's see here. think this is the middle, so we got to go this way. And then we'll do these two. And I think I even ironed them correctly. There we go. So we'll do these two together. So this one's a nice, easy one. I was happy that it was a nice, easy one. I've loved doing these. These have been so much fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed them too, because they are so cute. And they were, you know, we just kind of came up with a different way to do them so we could, you know, we could quilt and do all the embroidery and everything. And I didn't have to quilt like free motion quilting or something. And so I had a lot of people that quilted them totally differently. Okay, I'll drop my needle here and we'll piece this. We're almost ready for the borders already. This one's a fast one. Except I have to stop and trim. You know, you always got to stop and trim those corners. So, all right. So how is everybody doing on their table toppers? Are you getting them done? What did you use, Margaret, that it's starting to fade? All right, so there is our 9 patch. So look at there. Now, oh, did you get some of these pins? I love those pins too. The pins are called magic pins, and they're extra fine patchwork. They're incredibly, incredibly soft. And these are the flathead ones, and these are the original ones. So they're both up on the shieldsewingcenter.com website. So if you want really, really sharp, good pins, these are great pins. I like sharp pins, and it's hard to find them. Some of the pins you buy, they're just so dull. Okay, so when I go to press this, I'm going to go over and press this out now. I like to press the seams open, and I know technically, you know, you're not supposed to do that with quilting. But when I do the embroidered quilting, sometimes my foot wants to catch a little bit if it's bulky in the center. So I like to open up the seams just to make it a little flatter when I go to do the quilting. So I'm just going to lay these open, and then I'm going to go press them, and then we'll put the borders on. Make them nice and flat. Yeah. And if you want to turn your seams to the side, you can. But I like to do it that way because they just seem to do better with the quilting with the embroidery machine. Yeah, I really like the pins. So I've got them up on the website, and I know I've got a bunch of them in stock. So, okay, so now there is our center panel. And the next step is going to be, let's see here, make sure we don't miss anything. Oh, we got to put our borders on. So that's the next step. So let me grab my borders here. The narrow borders. So you're going to put the 11-inch borders on. Remember, we cut them 11 inches long. I think they're 1.5 inches wide. Yes. And then this one's 13. All right. So we'll do this one first. This is the 11-inch side. And it doesn't matter which side you decide on. You can put them either way. Make sure I got my ends lined up here. And you don't have to. I do drive over these pins as you notice, I don't go over them very fast. So, but you just have to be careful and don't go over them very fast. You don't have to do that though. You can certainly pull them if you want. It's no problem. I have found that things scoot on me, so I just have learned. I found the pins that are safe for my machine, and it took me a long time because I've been looking for a long time. And you don't have to though, so just whichever works better for you. But these are very, very soft. All right, so there's the first one. Turn around, do the other side here. These are so cute though. I've really enjoyed these. This has been fun. I haven't decided. I may sometime do the other set, the second set. And has anybody seen the new little mini quilts that they have? They're kind of cute. And they're quite small. I think they're about the size that would fit on like that 12-inch Ackfeld stand, metal stand that Ackfeld has. Has anybody started those? I can't remember if they've come out yet. Have those come out yet? If they have, it's just been just recently. They had a lot of releases in the last couple months for Kimberbell, but I'm not sure if I like the newer table toppers as well. I liked these really well, but I'm not sure if I like the new ones as well. I think they're cute, but I really liked these. All the designs were so cute. They kind of go with the older bench pillows too, and I've got a lot of those older bench pillows. So I was trying to make sure I haven't missed. Kimberbell, most of the designs, somebody asked if Kimberbell is only available through a dealer. Just a second, my comments are not coming through again. So they have some things that are available on their website, but most of the CDs and stuff are only available through dealers. Yes. All right. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press these borders out away from my center. And then I'm going to put the other two borders on. I'm trying to catch all the comments, but some of my comments are not coming up too well on my tablet. So, oh, you like that? Yes. So, Colleen, we did the bench buddies last year. So there's videos for all of the bench buddies. We did the bench buddies. I wish they'd do some more of those. I liked the bench buddies too. So I was hoping they'd do another set of bench buddies. The little mini quilts are kind of cute. There was a couple of them that were really cute. But I think though they're about the size for that Ackfeld stand. And so it's nice because then they are like 12 inches, I think, square, something like that. I thought they were really cute. All right, so let's get these lined up. Make sure I get this one lined up. We'll turn it over and do the other side here. So we're going to put the longer one on. Oh, you're going to get the collectibles? Yeah, I've been finishing up my little houses. I've got one and a part of one to finish. I've got the last one. I'm doing it ended in October, so I'm doing September and October. So I'm just about done. I finished 4 of them today. I had them all sewn out, but I didn't have them put together, so I put them together. Second, my comments aren't coming in over here again, so we'll just see if I can get them to come in. Yeah, I think the little quilts might be fun to do. So I want to really look at them. It seems like they're doing the same thing they did with the table toppers, aren't they? That there's only like 6 in a book. The first 6 are in the first book, and the second 6 are in another book, I think. Isn't that what they're doing? All right, so let's get this one on. And I'm using kind of a silver gray thread, just so you know. I piece with this kind of silver gray a lot, even though that's black, a lot of it's kind of white. So I also piece with like a tannish creamy color a lot too. All right, so we'll get this one on, and then we're going to be ready for the corners. Yeah, I think the quilts, the little ones, yes, 6 months in each one. Yeah, I think they're really cute. I think I saw pictures of the first 6 anyway, and I thought they were kind of cute. But those would be done differently. They're going to be, instead of quilted through all layers, they're going to be quilted. They're quilted as you go. So you just, but they're so small that would be okay to do that. And then just put the back on and stitch in the ditch. So like these table toppers, I didn't really want to do them that way. And I think that's how they did the newer ones, didn't they? I'd probably still do the new ones like I'm doing these because I like my table toppers quilted through the back. Let's see here if I lined up here. I am missing a few comments, so I apologize, guys. I have not done the cowboy Christmas pillow. It is cut out behind me. I would like to do that one. That's one of the few square pillows I haven't done, but I thought I'd do the fall one first, and then I'll see if I can get the Christmas one done too. See if I can get the Christmas one done too. All right, so we got that. A second here, Mike. See if I can get the stuff to come through here. Things are not coming through very well on my tablet tonight. Okay, so then we're ready we're going to do the same thing with these. Yeah, I kind of like them done this way, and I like my stuff quilted through the backing. So I probably would do the new ones the same way, and then then do the embroidery through the layers. I think I'd still do them. Because when I was looking at them, I think they would still work that way. Even I would have to try one, but I think it looks like they'd still work okay. Yeah, I do too. I like these this way better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and then press this one out, and then we're going to be ready to put those corners on. Whoops. I'm not very good at ironing. I always put more wrinkles in than I take out, it seems. Okay, so we got our center panel with our 4 dark borders on it. All right, so then we're going to work on the corners. I got to find them here. There we go. All right, so let's start with these 2 sides. I'm going to fold these in half. I like to fold these in half. Yeah, I put a great big wrinkle in one of the corners though. With the ironing. I'm just not, I've always done that. I always put more wrinkles in than I take out, it seems like. Okay, so I'm going to make a mark here and put a pin in there. So we know where we're going to put these on. I'll do the other side. So I just turned it on the opposite side, and we're going to do this one too. And we're ready for our corners. Maybe if I can get the pin in there. Okay. I'm all thumbs tonight. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to fold our triangle in half. Also, yeah, I can press again later. I'll probably put more wrinkles in it then. Yeah, I've always had trouble with that. And my mother used to tell me that I put more wrinkles in the clothes when I ironed than I did than I took out. She was such a good ironer. And my dad actually was he liked to iron. So he always ironed his clothes. Okay. So then we're going to you've done well, you know, the quilt as you go is I like it for small things. And so like those little mini quilts, the new little mini quilts, I think those actually would be fine to do that way, don't you? Because they're real small. They're just like a few blocks. But and I like to do the pillows that way because then they're all quilted and you just sew it together at the end, you know. But I don't really like the quilts that way and the table toppers because I like them quilted through the back. So We have to do another quilt. We haven't done a quilt for a long time, so we'll do a Kimberbell quilt one of these days. I've got a couple that I want to do, so maybe I'll either just do pre-recorded videos or we'll do it live. Because I've got a bunch of quilt kits that I'd like to get done. All right, so we're going to get this all lined up here. I'm kind of pinning like where the seam is, so it lays flat and it won't flip over on me. Okay, so we're going to do these two. So I'm still using my Q02 and my 1/4 inch seam. Okay. I have to kind of move the camera occasionally to get it out from underneath my arm. It's hard to get it centered right so that I can get my arm over it. But it is nice to have my sewing machine back where it belongs, because it's so hard to sew in the living room. That was not very much fun. And it was nice to be able to put my living room back too. So now it looks like a living room instead of my sewing room. The living room was in the cat room, and my sewing room was in the living room. And so the cat didn't know where she was supposed to go, and I didn't know where I was supposed to go. So the second I'm getting a spam call. All right. Get that lined up. I'm kind of off on my corner there a little bit. There we go. All right. So what was somebody said something about? I make January and February of the new table toppers. Cool. And then Colleen, you have, it's the Christmas one. Which Christmas one? Oh, you mean one of the quilts? Was it the new one, Cup of Cheer, or was it the what's the other one called? Jingle All the Way. I've done Jingle All the Way. I like that one. That was the very first Kimberbell project I ever did, was that great big quilt. So that one was quite a handful, and then I quilted it and on my dream machine. I started it when I had my dream machine. Trying to get the comments back so I can see what's going on over here. All right, so we're going to get this one on. Make sure I'm lined up down here. All right. There we go. Was the cowboy pillow fun? It looked like it would be fun to do. And I've got the kit for that one. That's one of the few of the pillows I haven't done. Okay, so now with these, what I like to do when I press these is I like to press the seams flat in towards the border, because then this is a little stiffer and it lays flatter in there. So I'm going to go press these in. Okay. Oops, I got a pin in there. All right. So I've mostly been trying to get my house put back together this last week or so. All right, so this is, now the other thing I like to do is I like to clip off these little dog ears here, just so that it makes it easier to get it lined up for the next two. So I'm just going to trim them off with my scissors to this side. Just helps me get it lined up a little easier. It's a little flatter then. All right, and then we're going to do the other two. Yeah, they had Cup of Cheer was, and then they did, the other one that we did in class was We Whisk You a Merry Christmas. That one came out a few years ago. That one's really cute. We did that one together. And that's a nice one because it's not as big. Didn't take very long to do that one. The old quilts were very big and they really took a while. I mean, they had a lot of blocks and they were almost too big for like the wall. And they have so much stuff on them that they're not good like, you know, like lap quilts or anything, but they're about the size of a lap quilt. So that first one I did is big, but I do like the newer ones are all smaller. And I'd like to do the sewing one. Would you guys like to do the sewing one? What's it called? I can't remember the name of it. It's the one with all the sewing stuff in it. I liked that one. I'm just looking to see if there was any other comments that I missed because I'm still having trouble getting this to come through. Okay. So now we're going to put the other ones on. So let's go ahead and fold these in half if I don't drop it on the floor. Okay. Jingle All the Way. Yeah, I liked Jingle All the Way. That one was really cute, and it had a lot of really cute extras with it. So I made like the bench pillow, and I made some little pillows, and I made table toppers. There were some really cute extras on that one, and so I really like Jingle All the Way. I wouldn't mind doing that one again. It was fun. Just takes a while. So that's why I like the new ones, because they're not as big, you know, physically not as big. So they go a little faster. We don't have so many blocks, you know. The other one I really want to finish up, though. I've got it all done and put together. I just have to quilt it. Is the Halloween one, the original Halloween one. What's it called? Broomhilda's Bakery. Isn't that what it's called? I love that one. So I've got it all sewn together. It just needs to be quilted. Jingle All the Way. Yep, that was one of my favorite ones. Yeah, but those little mini quilts might be kind of fun. They are real cute. So I'm going to see if I don't think they've come out yet. I think they're supposed to come out. Is it this month they're coming out? Might be November. But I think they're cute, but they're not real big. I want to say maybe 12 inches square, because they would fit real cute with like a little sleeve on them with that Ackfeld 12-inch frame, and then you could hang them. And that'd be a nice little thing for somebody. You could make a different hanger, and then they'd have a whole year's worth of cute little hangers to hang up. Yeah, if I go over to overview and back to live chat, then my chat comes through. So the ones I'm missing. So that's what I'm doing when you hear me get quiet. I'm trying to get the chat to work. All right. So now we're going to do the same thing with this one. We're going to get it all lined up here and do our 1/4 inch seam. Drop my needle. Oops. Just dropped a pin too. The cat has been very friendly with the sewing lately because, you know, we weren't out here for like 5 weeks. So she's in the other room. That's why she's not out here, because she's practically mauling me to death because she hasn't been out here for 5 weeks. So I decided to shut the door so she wouldn't be out here crawling all over me all evening. Oh, so next week they're coming to the quilt shops. Okay. Yeah, that means I'll get them too. We're on auto ship, so we'll get them. And I'll put them up on the website. I always put them up like a couple days after I get them. Or as quickly as I can anyway. Whoops, second, I got something that's trying to turn over on me here. Something's trying to turn over on me. What is it? Can't feel it. We're going to cut it and take a look. Something's trying to turn over on me on this. There we go. That corner was trying to turn over on me. There we go. We'll just back up a little bit here. When they turn over, then you get that big bump, you know. There we go. Now it's happier. So who is it that wants the, yes, we're going to do My Pillows this next year. Who said that? Jackie? I can't say your name, Jackie. Can you go hit that little button in the post? Yes. So I am going to do a Thanksgiving one. That's one of the ones I want to do. I want to do winter, spring, summer, fall. And then I want to do Thanksgiving. And then I might do Christmas again, but otherwise it'll be Thanksgiving will be the last one. So that'll be 5 more because I've done 6. I kind of wanted to do 12, but I might only do 5. So yes, so we'll do I'll definitely do Thanksgiving. But I wanted to do like just the seasons, winter, spring, summer, fall. So I've already got the winter one in my head. So I'm going to start working on that one pretty soon. And we'll do that one in January. So how about that? I've already got it in my head. I just have to sit down and digitize it. I miss digitizing, so I thought maybe we'd do some of my stuff this next year. Because I love to digitize, and sometimes I've just got some little things that I've done too that would be really fun. Just to stitch out. So yes, Jackie, I took your advice. You wanted to do some more of my little pillows, and that's what we're going to do. So that's one of the things we're going to do. Okay, so there is our other corner, and we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to press these again. I'm going to press the seams in towards the black border, okay? All right, and if you haven't seen my settee, I call them settee pillows because they're smaller. They're like 12 by 22. If you haven't seen them, they're also up on my website. So that's sew-along-with-jan.square.site, and they're all up there, and so there's 6 of them. Okay, so now I'm going to go press this one, and then I have to do the trimming. So the next thing is we have to trim this so that it will, whoops, I'll have my 1/4 of an inch seam allowance above the tip. So the trick is I lay my ruler on that on the tip, so I have a 1/4 inch above, okay, and then I'm going to trim them down so that it will be approximately, I think it says it's supposed to be 18 by 18, but mine are usually about 18 1/4 or 18 1/8. They're always just a little bit bigger because mine never turn out the exact same size they say. Because if I cut them off to where they say, I'm going to trim off my tip, and I don't want to trim off my tips on my corners, okay? All right, so I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do I'm going to press this out, and then I'm going to trim it. If I can find the right side, there it is. And make sure you get your little corners all pressed down nice and flat because it makes it easier to trim it then. And what I do is I lay one of the corners on a grid line on my mat so that it's nice and straight. And then I put my 1/4 inch mark on my tip so that I can get it straight. I got a little crooked on one side, I think. And I like to flip it over, so I do the top and then I flip it over and do the bottom so that I remember what side I'm on. Otherwise, I get mixed up. That one looks, this one's straighter. Need a new blade. All right. So I got the second side done. Now I'm doing the third one. A couple of my sides were just really crooked. This one was better. All right. Let's see here. Got to go up a little bit. All right, one more. All right, now I think mine ended up being, yep, 18 and a quarter. So mine are always just a hair big, but everything always still matches up fine. So there is my center with my corners. Okay. And then, yes, Martha, I can see your name. And let's see just a second. Was that you again, Jackie? Yeah, you might have, maybe you cleared your browser history or something, Jackie. You might have to do it again. Every now and then you'll have to do it if you clear your browser history. Okay. All right. So here is my center with my corners on. So now we're ready to do borders. So the borders are easy on this one because they're all in one piece. So we'll get one of my poems. I love the poinsettias. I just thought that fabric was so pretty. I like. Yes, Lori. Yes, Lori, I can see yours. Yes. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get these lined up here. Do a couple of them at a time. Do the other end. Oh, was that Maureen that asked the question about P Design 11? I like P Design 11. I use it mostly though for photo stitch now. I love the Dime software. I've been using the Dime software. The now Dime software was the Floriani software until 2014. And I started using that software in 2007. And so I love that software and it's super user friendly. So if you have the opportunity to purchase it, I would recommend it. I still use P Design. I don't like to digitize everything in P Design because I think it's a little bit more manual. Takes me longer to digitize things. Things are not quite as automated. But it still does a good job of digitizing. I can't say it doesn't. But I like the Dime software really well. And the class that we're going to do in 2 weeks or in a couple of weeks at the end of November is actually going to be done in their Lace software, which is a standalone software. So if you don't want to, buy the big software, you can always buy just Lace software. And all of these pretty little things that I did in here, all of these little things are actually in, and so is this little cone thing. This is all right in the software. And this was a little shape that was in the software. So, I mean, so much of it is automated. And it was so fun. So Christmas is coming up. That's always a good thing. But the Lace Maker software. So I am going to start putting the software up on shieldsewingcenter.com. I hope to start tomorrow or Friday putting the software up. So I will have the software up there for you to purchase. And the Lace Maker software, my Lace Maker, is standalone. You don't have to have the full Perfect Embroidery Pro to run Lace Maker. You can just get Lace Maker. And I really like the Lace Maker. I haven't used it that much, and I've just started kind of playing around with it. Again, in the last few weeks again, and I've had so much fun. All right, so we're getting our first border on here. Let's see how I did with my little tips. Hopefully I didn't take my tip off. I've done that before. I'm going to tie off on my border here so that it doesn't come off. Yeah, I love it. You can make lace ornaments in it. You can make freestanding stuff. You can put stuff on clothing. I mean, there's just so many things you can do with lace. I think I did okay. See, I still got a tip. Explain the Lace Maker. Okay, so my Lace Maker, it's called. Second, I'm trying to get my chat back here. Who asked that? My lace maker is a dime software, and it is for making freestanding lace. And it you can do other stuff in it too, and it has fonts and some stuff in it too. But it's primarily for lace making because it has like the grids and stuff you need for lace. And it's really fun, and it's just a standalone program, and it's not super duper expensive. I think it runs around $399.99, something like that. So you can do quite a bit with it, and you can do some editing with it. You can change colors in it. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with it besides make lace. And then it does have some drawing tools too. So if you were thinking you want to try and then you can also get the trial version. You can go get and at inspiredbydime.com. You can go and download the free version of Embroidery Tool Shed. And it has, yes, so you can go get the free version, and it has the trials of all of the software in it, and you can just try it out. You can't save, but you can go in and do everything in it, and then you can try it out and see if you like it. And that's what I was telling people when I had a couple people ask when I posted the class, that you don't have to have it. Just go get the trial and try it with me, and you just try it out. So look, oh, I got another tip. Yes, so you can add it to your free version, which is called Embroidery Tool Shed. But all of them are trials in there too, so you can try it out without having to buy it. You can just try it out first, and it lets you do everything. You just can't save at the end, but at least you'd be able to try it and see if it works for you. Okay, so I'm going to go press these out so I can put my last two borders on. I like the flowers, they're pretty. Gosh, I'm pretty proud of myself. I didn't take my little clips off there. Yeah, it is nice. I really like that. And then everything works except the save function. So you can really, try it out. Okay, so the last two borders though, we also need our little cornerstones on here. So I'm going to sew those on first. So those are my little holly ones here. So we're going to put these on the ends here first before we put them on. So yeah, I've been wanting to do a couple more classes in Lace Maker because a lot of people have it, because it actually does a lot, and it's not a really super expensive software, and it does quite a lot. And then you can see all of them, and they have a new the other one I'm going to play around with more. They have a new cutting software, and it's called Cut and Stitch. And so for like the scan and cut, they have this new cutting software. So it has like rhinestone abilities and everything. So I'm really anxious to try that too some more. So yeah, I like that they have the trials and you can try them out. And then you can get the free version, and it's actually a nice little editing software. If you don't have any software of any kind, you can get the embroidery tool shed that's free. And then you can do some basic editing in there and sizing, and you can change formats and stuff like that. But then for about $100 or $120, you can get another little font pack that's nice, and you can get a bunch more. It opens up, like if you add that to the free version, you get to open up a whole bunch more abilities. And so that is a really great software for between $100 and $120. If you hit one of their events, they always have that font pack 6 is the one you need for the free version to make it get more abilities for your free version. And it's like $100 usually on their special prices for the events. We just had an event a couple weeks ago, so that we had it for $100. Well, they always have discounts and stuff. Somebody asked a second. Let me see if I can see who it is. Somebody doesn't have their name, so Carol. They every time we have an event, we have special prices, and we always sell the software at the map price, which is the least we can sell it for. So I have all the software, and when we put it up on the website, you'll see it. So I like the software really well. Like I said, we've had it for years, and I just love how easy it is to learn. And everybody just gets it. Okay, so there's my little cornerstones. Okay, and now these, I'll just finger press these, but I'm going to press these in towards the border so that they will match up with my seams on the other borders. So I'm going to press these towards the border. Okay. All right. All right, so there's my other outer borders. Can you save and stitch out with the fonts on the free version? Okay, so the free version, I'm not sure who said that. Let me see if I can see the name here. So the free version does not have fonts in it. If you buy that font pack 6 and add that to it, then you have 30 fonts. I think it's 30 fonts. It's either 25 or 30. And then, yes, you can stitch out fonts and everything with that. But you do have to buy that. So that's a really good way to get quite a lot of software for not a lot of money. And I have a lot of people that are just getting started out, and that's a really good way to get started out with software. And it gives you some text ability and some editing abilities and resizing and changing colors and all that. So, all right, so I got my little seams lined up here. And then I'm gonna go over to this side, and I got my little seam to line up again. Okay, and then let's see if we're okay in the middle here. All right, get that one. I think we got it lined up. Okay, so let's turn it over and get the other one on here, and then we're almost done. This was a fun, easy one, wasn't it? So I'll have to get this one quilted this week. Haven't quilted one of these. I can't quilt at the store very easy because my machine doesn't have a big enough hoop at the store. So I have to do these at home. But the free version does allow you to save, yes. Was it 25 fonts? Jackie, thank you. I couldn't remember if it was 25 or 30. And they're nice fonts. All right. I haven't got it yet. That's one of the things that I haven't gotten yet is that font pack. I'd like to get it because it does have some neat new fonts in it. All right, so let's get this all lined up here in the middle. All right. Okay, so then, whoops, a second, let me shut the drawer here so I won't get it caught. And then we're going to do the last border. Get this all lined up here. I'm going to tie off on my borders. I like to tie off on my borders so they don't come apart at the outside edge. I have my embroidery unit on. I don't normally take it off when I stitch just small things, but sometimes my my table topper likes to catch on my the little thing that holds your hoop in, you know, the little flipper that goes up and down. All right, let's see if we got this lined up here. This one's pretty quick. Yeah, so when I did the little trees, I actually did those in metallic. And the King Star metallic is so awesome because you can actually put it in the bobbin. Now I know it works well in the Brother and Baby Lock machines. I haven't tried it in any other brands of machines, but the thread is softer and it's more like regular thread than metallic. So I put it in my bobbin. And I even put it on the PR. So I did those on my PR. And it worked real well, even in the PR. I wasn't sure because I hadn't ever used the King Star in my PR before. And it did work real well. I thought they stitched out so nice. I really love this pink one. It's kind of a light, kind of a dusty pink, and then it has these turquoise little bulbs on it. So I thought it turned out cute. Those were fun to do. All right, so I got one done. Let's turn it over and get the other one here. I'm always glad to get these all pieced together, and then you're ready for the quilting. So remember, go watch the quilting video. So if you're kind of new and haven't seen any of these videos yet, the quilting video is on YouTube in the playlist on Sew Along with Jan, in the playlist Kimberbell Cuties. And there's a quilting video in there using the clear blue tiles. And of course, you can quilt them any way you want. I just did the clear blue tiles because it's a Kimberbell thing. And I do like using them. And then there's also a binding video in there after you're all done. If you can't remember how to do the binding, I have my binding video in there too. Let's see if we got it all lined up here. We're almost done. Let's see how I do here. And I like to tie off at the ends too so that my little borders stay together better. Yeah, the clear blue tiles, at first I wasn't sure, but I really like them because I find them very user-friendly and the designs are so cute and there's a lot of different ones. So I've been real pleased with them. It took me a while to get going on them, but once I did, I really like them. Okay. Oops, sorry. Then, look, I didn't cut off that tip, so let's see how I did on the other side here. You think we did? Oh, look at there. I made it with all four of them still exposed again. So let me go ahead and press this off so you can see it. All right. There is the December Cutie. Look at there. Yes, I don't put all the marks on. That's the way I've always done it because I think it's just too many marks. So that's one of the things I didn't like about it because I don't like to mark my quilt very well. But I kind of mark minimally and it works fine. And these have worked great that way. The quilting on this is so easy. Now, like I said, this one, I'll have to look it up and see which one it is. Can you see the back? It has candy canes and peppermints, and I think it's one of the ones that came out, one of the Christmas ones that came out about the time that Candy Cane Lane did. So that's what this one was. I thought it was awfully cute with the little candies and stuff. So they have a bunch of different Christmas ones. So, okay. But I do like the, and you can like if you have a long arm, long arm it. If you want to just do straight line quilting, do straight line quilting. You can do anything you want. I kind of like the design, so I have a bunch of the Kimberbell stuff, so that's why I've been doing them that way. All right, so there's our topper. Yeah, you don't really need all the marks. I just use basically the middle. I mark the middles and I mark like the edges, like the edges over here where the tile goes in between, so I know I get it straight. Oh, it's not in Dropbox. Let's see just a second. Let me see who said that. So in the post, Was it Carol that said that? Carol, in the post that we're in right now, which is this video, there's going to be a little thing that says, if you push this button, it'll allow me. So it's actually right in this post in this video. Okay. And then you can just press that, and then it will allow you. You just tell it's okay for me to see your name. And it's just me that's going to see it because it just comes through on my computer. It's bigger. Okay. So there's our table topper. What do you think? I like the poinsettias. Do you like those? So I like those. And then I'm going to have black binding, and I'll probably quilt it in, I think I quilted it in white. So I'll quilt it in white. And then next week, we're going to be putting on these adorable wreaths. And I did kind of dark green wreaths. And then I'll show you how to make these pretty foofy bows with the bow maker. And then I'll put some little rhinestones on too. Okay. So there's the little wreaths. So we'll do that next week. Okay. So we have to have a drawing yet. So just a second, let me turn the camera up here so we can have our drawing. And I'll make sure my tablet gives me everybody's names. Just a second here. All right. All right. So are you ready for the drawing? So this is what the drawing is for. I'm sorry, I'm getting another scam call. Oh, you can hit the little duck too. Okay. It's in the description right below the title of the post too. Okay, so here is the gift tonight. It's called Let Freedom Ring, and this is one of my designs that's also up on my website. Okay, and we did this in a class, so there's videos on YouTube. Under Let Freedom Ring is the name of the playlist. So they're all the videos that we did for this. So, okay. Oh, that's how you did it, is with the little duck. Okay. Yeah, the little duck, it's because I'm on the free version yet. And so I have to leave the little duck in the corner so that at least you can get to him. That's good. I know. Don't you get those darn calls? And one day, about a week ago, honestly, they must have called, hung up. I mean, they must have called me and then they left a message every time. So it must have been, I bet they called 10 or 15, maybe 20 times within about a half an hour period. I thought I was about to go nuts. I think it seems like I was at work. So it must have been like a Tuesday. Okay. So we're going to have a drawing. Let me get my tablet here. So let me make sure I got all the, make sure I got all the comments here. I know they just drive you nuts, don't you? Okay, so I'm going to pick a name. You guys ready? I'm going to put my finger down. And it is, I got to see. I can't see. Oh, Carrie Turbobell. Carrie, you won it. Carrie's my friend Lynn's niece. So Carrie, can you send me your mailing address? I'll mail you this beautiful table runner. I had my finger over part of her name, so it's Carrie Turbobell. That's how you say it, right? Turbobell. All right, so Carrie, you are the winner. Okay, so you send me if you want to personal message me your address, your mailing address, I'll mail it to you. Cool. All right, so next week then we'll be quilting, or we'll be doing the embroidery on the table topper. So get your quilting done. If you need the quilting video, it's on YouTube, Sew Along with Jan, playlist, Kimberbell Cuties. Okay. And then if you need help doing the quilting, I'm going to quilt it this week, and then we'll do the embroidery through all the layers, because this is what the back looked like then with the quilting on the back. You can hardly see it because it kind of blends in because it was green with the backing. And the new backing is going to be peppermint, so you'll see it a little bit more on the new one. This one had the leaves in it. So, okay. And next week we'll do our embroidery, and I'll show you how to make those cute little bows with the bow maker. So, okay. So thanks everybody for joining me, and congratulations, Carrie, on the the wall hanging. And I will see you next week for a little more embroidery fun. So thanks, everybody. Have a nice night. Bye-bye.